Yo, what's going on in your life? It's me, Shiini, and today, as you can see, I'm here on S4. Most of you saw this game on my stream recently, but I've never made a video about it, so if you're new and you never watched my stream, hello, I'm Shiini, and today I'm here to discuss something a bit controversial that I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for, but I'm gonna discuss wall shooting, because in my opinion, it makes the game pretty much unplayable in a competitive environment. And before you type in the comments all the fucking bullshit, I mean, just listen to me for a second. I want to give a bit of a background to my persona first, because I think it's really important to know where my words are coming from, obviously. So I've been playing this game since beta. I've been playing shooters in general, and since I was 5-6 years old. Then in 2013 I got banned from this game, and I decided to play more competitive games that I played when I was a kid. So I started playing like more Quake, I started playing a lot of Counter-Strike with friends, I started playing Overwatch, all these games that actually taught me something about competitive shooters and how to play them, what makes a competitive shooter good, how to analyze a play, how to analyze, you know, a weapon, a player, a playstyle, a map, all these kind of things. So I think I do have the knowledge to say what makes a game competitive and when it's a casual game, you know. And on S4, the competitive scene, in my opinion, it's not great, because I was really competitive on S4 as well. In 2012 we took part in the Supersonic with my team. Sadly we didn't make it, but it happens. And then we all got banned in 2013 for bug abuse. I don't remember the big fucking ban wave that there was back then, and we got banned and we moved to other games. But the thing is that, like, I saw this retro server, I'm like, hey, let me try it out. It has more players than the original one, so why not jump on it? So I went on it and I tried to play like a bunch of games, and you know what I see, that the really competitive people and the competitive matches that I've watched, by the way, I've been watching, oh not that, I've been watching a lot of Silver to understand how the game works, especially to have a strong opinion about what I say, because I never say something unless I study that thing first, you know, because having grown in a competitive environment, especially in Counter-Strike, I never analyze something without first watching it and having some knowledge about the subject. So yeah, this is my point of view, and I think competitive didn't progress since 2013. People still play the same exact 5 or 6 weapons that I used to play when I was playing competitive. So I think that's obviously a problem. If you think that's not a problem, that probably means that you've never actually watched competitive games that much, real competitive games. I'm not talking about S4, because yes, S4 can be competitive, but it's not a professional esport. You cannot make so much money that you can live off money that you make from S4. It's impossible. Nobody has done that. So therefore, it's not a professional game, right? It makes sense, because a professional game is a game where you can make a living off of it. So you understand my points. And part of the reason why I think it's not competitive, it's because it's not innovative. Like, the competitive scene is just the same thing that it was 6 years ago, so that's really bad. For example, which weapons do you play? You play submachine, smash, assault, semi-rifle, and then you play the revolver. Those are the 5 weapons that you play. Then you have maybe a 6th weapon, which is the new weapon that they released in S4 competitive, which I think it's pretty good. It looks really nice and I like it. But the thing is that, like, that is bad from a point of view, and I'll get to wall shooting in a second, but I wanted to give my own opinion and why competitive scene is not that good. And I think that actually wall shooting plays a big role in that, because I'm gonna show you what I mean in a second. For example, I have a railgun here, I have a submachine guns, and let me take a smash rifle, cause why not? Smash rifle, for example, is used like this. The game starts, you go like this, 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 and like this. And a lot of people say that wall shooting is mostly used defensively, but the maximum that I've seen defensively in all those games that I showed previously that are pretty recent, they're like a year ago or something like that. This is the most recent one I can find from Apex. From Silver, sorry, Apex is the team. They use it like this defensively. This is the best that they can do because it's not really that good to use it defensively like this. But do you know how they use the wall shooting the most? They use it offensively, and that is not a case because, you know, if your team, if you, let's say you jump down, you know, first of all, you use it offensively to take the ball here, so maybe you get a kill or two. Then there is a flanker that maybe kills you, maybe you get a hit half of him or something like that. Then your team takes the ball, they kill the guy, and they're there. You are in like 3 seconds of respawning, you know. You get out of the spawn, and what do? Do you go follow your team? Or do you do this? You do this. This is much, much better offensively. You're basically not getting any damage. The enemy team is forced to move from there to there if they want to pick up a fight. And the attackers have such a huge advantage over here, which doesn't make any sense. I can basically do like this if you don't push me. Or I can go behind this wall and do like this if you don't push me. So that is a big, huge problem. And I really don't know how people can tell me that, you know, wall shooting is mostly still in the game and not fixed by the developers that develop, obviously, as for Remnants and the other retro server, because it helps with defensive play. Obviously I was watching high rank competitive games, so Silver was really smart when he answered me, you know, and he was actually a great guy because he was not retarded with his answer, and he was like, I think wall shooting is there to benefit casual gameplay, especially defensively, because it's really hard to defend on this game. But the thing is that I have my own opinion as well about that thing, and I think it's really hard to defend in this game because the weapons are really limited by the wall shooting. If I am a sniper and I want to snipe someone, you see what's the problem? I cannot abuse wall shooting. It's really bad for me. So to get more picks, I have to be exposed this much. And if someone is shooting me like this, I can't do anything. I really cannot do anything. After I got 1 kill in the beginning and the game still is going, they're just gonna do this to me the whole time and I can't do anything. I cannot counter that. Even if you have like a flanker or something, you know, they are not blind. If you're shooting me like this behind a wall or something, you hear someone shooting from there, you just go like this and you go help your team. It's not, the map is not huge in this game, so it's really easy to do a fast rotation from one place to another. And it's not because the game is fast, because in my opinion the game is really slow. The game doesn't have a super fast pace. Even when someone is rushing with the ball, etc., the game is essentially pretty slow in my opinion. Like you can hit people pretty consistently unless they have like insane movements. Like I've seen people doing like shit, like super fucking flash stabs and shit. There's one person that I play with that is fucking insane, and every time he does it, I can't fucking hit him. Not even a single hit, and that's super cool. But most of the time, it's not a super fast game. And another criticism that I got is like, yeah, you do not understand positioning in this game, and I really think that's not good criticism. As I said, I've been playing competitive shooters for a long time, since I was 5 years old. And I understand a lot about mechanics, especially about positioning in a game. But positioning does not mean like someone is shooting me through a wall, let me move to another wall and shoot him through that wall, so it's gonna move again. Like, no, and it doesn't even work. If you see Silver playing, that never happens. That never happens because the teams are so fast, they're rushing and moving out of positions that you can't really abuse that too much. You cannot go behind and try to kill someone because by the time that you're going behind him, he already moved. They don't have flankers in this game, it's more like invader. That's how it's called. It's invading because you stay on the spawn and you kill them. flanking does not exist in a way, because you just can rotate so easily to help your team and just change position. So it makes a flanker really useless in this game. And in my opinion, fixing the wall shooting would be really easy, and it would be making it like the HMG, because it's the thing that makes the most sense in my opinion, you know, because you have like, you know, obviously you shoot like this. See, this is what happens with the smash. You cannot see me. It's impossible to hit me. But with the HMG, see, you can see half of my body, but I cannot shoot through the wall. It's not like this. And in my opinion, this is the best fix, because this is how every shooter in the universe is made, because they are actually well played and balanced, and they think about everything. And as for, I think if you let anyone play every weapon, it can be pretty balanced, because you can have like super good tactics and you can have super good counters. And I think it makes every weapon viable, because if someone cannot shoot me, so they're showing half of their head, because even if you're shooting from here, you know, even if you're shooting from here and I see half of your body and you're shooting and your head goes on the left with the smash rifle, as you can see when you shoot, I can still do a substantial, I still have better chances to kill you, you know? If I am a sniper, if I have any other weapon, if I have a semi-rifle, if I have a smash myself, if I have an assault rifle, but it opens up to more options. For example, sniping, in my opinion, in FPS games make the game so much more exciting, because if you have a good sniper, most of the times you win games. And if you have two good snipers, one for each team, that is amazing. You have a superb game. You have really a match that you watch and you're excited, like who's gonna pick who first. And the best thing, you know what it is that if the sniper picks your sniper, you have the chance to kill him, because he cannot wall shoot. So he does not have the chance to be behind a wall and sniping you, because he has to be outside, he has to be in danger, and you can shoot at him. But if you have good positioning, and that's what good positioning is, you see, they shoot at you, you shoot, you miss as a sniper, you move to another angle and you repeat that angle. Or maybe you make a jump like this, you move out of position, you move in an off angle, you peek him. That's good positioning, and that comes mostly from Counter-Strike. That's mostly positioning from Counter-Strike, I would say. You know, once you pick one angle, you pick the other angle, so the opponent does not expect you to do that. And you can play off that thing a lot of times, because it can be 50-50. You can jump and shoot with the sniper rifle, and it's really good. It opens so many options, and especially the thing I want to say, it opens every weapon, because right now you have 5 weapons being played, but if you remove wall shooting, you can play all the other weapons, and I think they would be nice. For example, I cannot play an HMG now because it's so slow that someone stays behind a wall and shoots at me, and it's so easy to get headshots, so I die obviously. But if he cannot wall shoot me, I can play the HMG, and even though I'm really slow, I can deal insane amount of damage. And if they are smart, they're gonna come up with some tactic to fucking go against my HMG, because it's so slow you can counter it really easily with a fast play, for example. But if you are really good with an HMG, you know where you have to position yourself, and you do it so in a way that makes the game more interesting. You could start playing so many kind of things. For example, you can play a turret, which would be like a high risk, high reward kind of thing, because if your team is attacking and the other team is not, you know, noticing you or something, you get on top of the map, you place it down, and if the sniper from the enemy team does not notice you, you can get insane amount of damage. You can kill the whole team as well with the turret. If they do not position themselves the good way, they cannot wall shoot you, so they have to go behind the wall, play a bit more defensively. But obviously if they have a sniper, you are dead if the team makes the right call. So it makes the game much more interesting, it makes every weapon viable, and I really think every kind of weapon would be really not a big deal. Even the bomb, I don't think it would be a big deal to have a bomb in the game. Of course you can have only one for team, because if you have 3 bombs and you throw 3 bombs, that's fucking dumb as fuck. Obviously I know that because I played against that. But if you can have 1 bomb per team, and the team has like the support player that plays with the bomb and tries to create the opening, and you have to play around that, so maybe you try to flank them, all these kind of things, it opens up for so many options that are so much cooler to see. And you don't see only those teams that play always the 5 weapons. You have teams that come up with new stuff, with innovative stuff that makes the game a lot better overall. The only thing that in my opinion should be bannable would be the shield, really, because the shield, I think it's really unfair on a lot of points of view. It's really an unfair skill, and it's insanely OP with my kind of playing. But honestly, I don't think there would be an issue with like defense being less strong than attack, you know. If you have every weapon available, I think it would be totally fine. Especially because you don't have wall shooting. Wall shooting makes the options so limited, and people do not realize it because they've been used to play the same thing since the beta, dude. Since the beta, the game didn't change. So people have developed the playstyle with those 5 weapons, where it reached its peak in 2012 when Winning Road won the tournament. Everybody was looking at them, and obviously they were doing the same stuff that they were doing. And from then, nobody played anything else. It did not innovate, it did not change. Today, if I join an S5 game with a sniper rifle, I get destroyed because I cannot play it. They're gonna wall at me and I can't do anything, obviously. I mean, it's that easy. It happens to me every time, and that's why I get really heated about the arguments. But I really do think I have a nice, strong opinion about the subject. And most of the times when I get flamed because of it, I don't even get mad, because it's so easy to see that the people that are talking with me are mostly people that have never played competitive games, dude, because they do not have the knowledge. Whenever they give me explanations, they say, yes, wall shooting is there because of this. And then I say, yeah, it's this, but if you notice this other angle, if you watch it from here, it's like, it doesn't make that much sense. You know what they say? They say, yeah, you're just fucking stupid, you do not understand the game, you are a piece of shit, all this kind of stuff. And I really found the people that I could have a conversation with, do you know who they are? They are the people that actually played other games and have a knowledge about other games. They know what good positioning is. They know a lot of stuff. Like, they know how to break down a game, they know how to analyze a play, they know how to analyze games in general, shooters in general, because it's not as easy to say, yeah, it's like this because we've done that so many times over the years, so it must be like that. It's not like that. If you come like me from an outside perspective, and you play the game competitively, you see, wow, this game has a lot of problems competitively. Like, they all play the 5-6 weapons. Like, what is that? Like, the weapons are not available in every situation. For example, if you take Counter-Strike, you can play any weapon, anytime. Depending on the situation, you can play anything. You can really do play anything. It's really risky, it's really situational, but each weapon can be played in a certain situation. And that's what I want S4 to be. But since you have wall shooting, it really limits your option to those 5-6 weapons, because all the other weapons are either really bad at wall shooting, or they make no sense, you know, like to use against someone that wall shoots you. Because as we said, HMG, basically you can't even wall shoot with the HMG. The turret, to get it down, you fucking die in a second if someone is wall shooting you. The snipers are pretty fucking bad, especially the sharpshooter. If you try to wall shoot, it zooms so much that you can't do anything. Same with the railgun. It doesn't zoom quite as much, but it really does make it useless, because you have to be in open space to play the railgun. And I know it because I've been playing the railgun since I started playing this game, and I know how to play it. And yeah, just all the other weapons are not viable, or they're banned from S5 rules. And I think with my rules, every weapon should be playable, every single weapon, except maybe the boots. The boots and shield are the only things that you'd have to ban because they're really hard to deal with. But again, if you have only one player allowed with boots, I think even boots are a viable option that can make the game more interesting and have more depth, because then you have to find something to counter the boots. And in a 4v4 situation, which I think should be the standard for every competitive game on S4 League, would be super amazing. Under 3v3, I would have a different rule set without the boots and without the bomb. No, with the bomb actually, because in less chaotic rooms, the bomb is not that effective. So if someone wants to play it, yeah, sure, you can definitely play it, I think. But the boots, no. In 3v3, it really gives you too much of an advantage. It should not be played. Snipers, only one sniper per team. Every kind of sniper. So if you play a sharpshooter, it counts. If you play a dragonade, it counts as one, obviously. And so with the fucking railgun and so on. Only one bomb. And one mine gun, so you can play both in the team, because mine gun and bomb are essentially a lot different as weapons. But the two kind of bombs, you have to decide which one to play, because they are essentially the same. And the skills, you can use whatever skill you want except the shield, because they're all available to everyone, as you guys know. Like, you can play whatever skill, they cost 0, so I think it's really nice. And yeah, I think this is just my idea, dude. It's a different kind of video. It's kind of a rant. It's a long one. And yeah, this was my opinion. I hope I'm not gonna get only people that talk shit about me because I said this. I hope that there are actual people that are going to listen to the whole thing and they're going to think, damn, he's not that wrong. Maybe we should try it out. And I've heard from Silver, he said that they're planning to nerf wall shooting, which means that a part of your body is going to be visible, which I think it's not quite enough, because it's not up to standards with all the other shooters. I understand S4 is a different kind of shooter, but I still don't think it's good enough. I think it should be like just like the HMG. I think it would be amazing actually. So maybe if Silver is actually watching this video, I hope you can make maybe a mode where you can decide, like you can have wall shooting and you can have not wall shooting, like with the PT, like you're working on Xero. That would be amazing in my opinion. And yeah, I'm really pumped for Xero. I'm announcing my tournament soon with my own rules. When Xero comes out, I'm actually gonna do a team tournament with a prize pool with money and all that stuff. Soon, before S4 Remnants closes down, I'm gonna do a 1v1 tournament as well, so I hope we can get a lot of people joining and have some fun there with nice commentary, nice breakdowns and all that kind of stuff. A nice stream where we can tag along and have some fun. But yeah, this is me, guys. I want to put my face on that because I really do not think there are enough creators for this amazing community that is S4 Remnants and S4 in general, because it really has one of the most welcoming communities that I found over the years. I started playing the game, started streaming it. A lot of people have been with me since I started streaming this game, and you really rock, you're amazing. And I want to thank everyone. Sometimes you get shit, sometimes you get a lot of people liking you. So I'm really, really grateful for everything. And yeah, thank you for joining. As always, I'm Shiini, I'm out. Hope you have a nice day. And yeah, peace. Bye, people.